Your first name is?
Kris.
Kris, and you got a Relax Sauna from us a couple years ago.
I've had it for a little bit over 2 years, yes.
Okay, and you like it?
I love it.
That's what I heard. You told me that like 3 days ago.
Yes, I use it daily unless I actually have to get out of the house really early.
And what does it do for you?
I bought the sauna primarily for detoxification. So that's what I use it for, and I am assuming that that's what it does.
Okay.
I like sweating in the sauna.
Yes,
I do.
right.
I like the feeling of detoxifying. We have a lot of environmental pollution right now. I think it's in the air. I think it's in the water, and any way we can get rid of it is a good way. And this is a very effective way, I believe, to get rid of these pollutants.
So have you experienced any? It's like you're someone who's healthy because you're in the natural food business.
Yes, I am.
And so this is something that for a healthy person to become healthier.
I think for a healthy person to maintain their health.
Maintain their health.
Yeah. I don't have significant health issues, and I haven't. But at the same time, I don't use any pharmaceutical drugs. I use if I have an issue that I think needs to be addressed. I'll always look for a natural alternative. Always.
That's how I am.
I won't use a pharmaceutical drug. So
no.
That may be why I'm healthy. It could be.
I'm total harmony with you. This has been my lifestyle myself for 40 plus years.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you've been at it almost as long.
I've been at it for a long time. Yes. However, I did recently do the niacin detox sauna.
Oh yes,
flush.
I wanted to hear more about that.
I did do that.
Yes.
I heard someone on one radio network, a woman named Anita Warren, who's out in Coeur d'Alene, speaking about this.
Yes.
I had never heard of it before. So I went and bought L Ron Hubbard's book, Clear Mind, Clear Body. I believe that's the name.
I have the book myself.
And I plowed through that book. It was fascinating.
Yes.
I had never heard about this, and I know a lot about detoxing.
Right, yes.
So this was a new one, and I thought, well, I already have the sauna.
You do, yes.
I have niacin too, so why not try this? So
yes.
I did. I met Anita Warren because I have family that lives out in Idaho, and I was out there. So I went and talked to her. I saw her setup. She does have a large wooden sauna.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know what? Because you never know what you're going to detox.
Yes.
And the premise is that we harbor toxins in the fat cells.
Yes.
And so if those cells are opened and start releasing the toxins, you never know what's going to come out. I didn't know that, although I didn't have a history of any illegal drug use or anything. So I wasn't looking for that. But in L Ron Hubbard's book, he even talked about people that had been swimmers, and I was a competitive swimmer.
Oh, okay.
And there was a gentleman in that did this detox, and when he got in the sauna and started sweating, the sauna smelled like chlorine so badly.
That's right.
That the smell was overpowering.
Yes.
And I thought, oh, that happened? So
yes.
I not knowing what would happen, I thought that I would use Anita as a sounding board. And I'm really glad I did, because if you have effects from that, it's good to have someone that you can talk to.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And she said, really, some of the people that detox have some things that can happen that frighten them.
Yes, of course.
So having her to talk to was a really good benefit. And I would recommend that anybody that would try to do this should find someone that knows what they're doing if they want to do this.
Right.
It was beneficial for me. End result, though, I did it for 3 weeks. I was absolutely thrilled that I did it. My niacin level did go up as I stopped flushing on lower levels. I got up to over 2,000 milligrams. Some people go a lot higher than that.
Yes. And you started at about 500 milligrams?
I started 500.
Yes.
I think they recommend you start at 100.
Yes.
I happen to have a 500 capsule, so I just took what I had.
Right, yes.
But as a result of this, when I finished it, my whole life I've had a problem with constipation, completely gone. Absolutely gone. And I
Amazing.
have done many things to try and help that problem.
So you think the chlorine overload for you being a swimmer?
Well, I didn't. Me personally, I didn't notice the chlorine.
Right.
I was a swimmer.
Yes.
But there's other things. You don't know what's in your past.
Of course, yes. Yes.
Most people can't even remember. So I don't know that, but something happened.
Yes.
Okay. Something happened. She also had said that for some people, when you're detoxing like that, you might need to really wipe down the inside of the sauna when you're done, because you're not sure what's coming out of your skin.
Sure, right.
So I did do that. I didn't notice anything that was odorous or I didn't. However, boy, did I sweat when I did that.
Oh yeah, right.
And you need to get out, and you need to drink water, and maybe take sodium.
Yes.
You need potassium. Those things are important to have around.
Of course.
You have to do this and know what you're doing. I don't recommend people do it without reading about it before they do it.
Yes, exactly. Yes,
So.
that's exciting because I want to do the niacin flush myself.
Yeah.
Because so many people, about once a year, someone comes and tells me great things. About their experiences. I know Ron L. Hubbard used his sauna, the regular wooden sauna, for 5 hours. But you used it for 20, 30 minutes, an hour? How long?
I use it for an hour.
An hour. Great.
Yeah. You exercise for 20 minutes, get that heartbeat going, get the blood flowing, and then you sit in the sauna after that.
Because the Relax Sauna is probably about at least 5 times more powerful than the regular old saunas, so this is why you don't need to use it as long.
Right.
Because that's what I've been saying for a long time, and it's nice to have it verified.
I think that's right, and I think there are people that will verify that too. Anita had mentioned that.
Right.
Interesting though, there's a doctor named George Yu, and he was also on One Radio Network.
Right, yes, I've heard of George.
And he said that when he did this, he worked in surgery.
Yes.
And although he himself had never been under anesthesia, he administered it.
Wow,
and when he
that's
sat
right.
in the sauna, he could smell the anesthesia.
I bet, yes.
He could smell it.
Yeah.
It was coming out of his skin.
That's amazing.
So I think that people you would not know what might come out. You might not know.
Yes, right.
Now, if it smells, you can recognize the smell.
Yes, right, yes.
And I've given you 2 examples where that was the case. In my case, I did not notice that. All I saw was the end result was very positive, and because so many people have overload from toxins, they don't even know why or what they are.
Right.
To me, if you're going to try and clean up, this is a good way to start.
Yes.
Diet, of course, is a part of that, but let's clean up what's there and add these things in all together, and I think people are going to come away renewed.
There's a lady who did a 9-day Relax Sauna cleanse, and like on every day a childhood illness would come up and work through her. On the 5th day, it was so intense she had to wait an extra day. Yeah. Because it took her an extra day to work it out.
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah.
Hey, I got a question. Why did you get the Relax Sauna instead of a different sauna? Any special reason? Or?
First of all, I sat in yours and I thought, wow, this is great. And the nice thing about it is, I couldn't just sit and do nothing, and I can get my hands out of here and I can read while I'm in the sauna.
That's right.
Whereas if you're in a big wooden sauna and you're really perspiring, it's hard to hold something and read it if it's getting completely soaked.
Exactly.
And so that was a big factor for me.
Okay.
Not that, and the other thing is that it's so portable.
Yes.
I can just pick it up, move it from one room to another. So that was another big factor.
And it works pretty quick.
It works great.
Yeah,
it works great. I've used it almost daily for over 2 years, and I've not had one issue with it at all.
I'm really happy you got it.
Me too.
And I thank you so much. I think that the people who listen to this can expand their use of the Relax Sauna and certainly learn about detoxification.
Absolutely.
Because that's so important. You and I've been detoxing since 1971 myself, and you almost as long, I bet.
Yeah. Almost as long, that's right. Yeah.
But anyway, thank you so much. If they want to know more about the Relax Sauna, they can go to momentum98.com.
Okay.
And they can learn more, and maybe they can get one of these in their home and experience wonderfulness.
I recommend it.
Okay, thanks so much.